Let me put in a few words on EB-5 visa to USA, and this is in fact one of the this is one of the very few underutilized visa immigrant categories that's available for America, and it's surprising how little people know about this EB-5 visa. Which is one of the fastest way to get American green card. EB-5 visa is a visa category that requires a person to be, in fact, as a matter of fact, there are no limitations in terms of the minimum net worth, though a minimum net worth of around $1 million is expected, US dollar is expected and will be helpful. And it doesn't has any limitation in terms of language or age or experience. It doesn't even require a business experience. Even if one doesn't have a work experience or a management experience, one can apply. What is critically required is that you invest a minimum of $500,000, $500,000, which at current rates is around 2.5 crore if you are in India. You invest it in one of the government approved projects that's the permission for which has been given by United States Immigration Department, USCIS. So you basically apply for permission for green card against an minimum investment of around $500,000 in one of such approved projects, and you are given a conditional green card. Normally the entire process could get over within 6 to 9 months time. You and your family and children below 21 years can accompany you as dependents as well. You get a conditional visa green card for 2 years, and at the end of 21 months you make a request for removal of conditions on your green card, and by the end of month 24 normally those conditions are removed. Most of the time those conditions relates to requirement that particular project that you invested in should have created desired number of jobs, direct or indirect jobs for the American economy, and most of the time the projects where you invest in ensure that these requirements are met. There are a good number of projects, highly successful projects, new projects, some that give you an exit after 3 years, some that give you exit after 6 years. So depending on the choice that you may have, you may exit the project that you choose, you may exit out of the project after 3 years to 6 years. But keep in mind always that when you apply for EB-5 visa, your investment is at risk. There are other people investing in the project also, whichever project you are investing in, and this particular project is just like any other business project, is subject to market risks, ups and downs, and more importantly you do not really have any right and direct control over the business. So while property or while the project value may not go up over a period of time, for sure if it goes down the risk lies with you, and it's highly unlikely in some cases and in majority of cases that you may actually get some return by the time the exit of finances is permitted. Most of the time you end up losing money if the value of the equity in which you have invested in, the value of the project you have invested in goes down. And most of the time the frustrating aspect can be that the business in which you invested in, you do not have any direct control over day-to-day running of that business. You also have an option where you can invest $1 million and create a certain minimum specified number of jobs and manage that business directly also. So that's another option you have. You invest $1 million in an American business, and you get a conditional green card, and after 21 months you approach for removal of these conditions, and by giving an evidence that the business over a period of time of while you were managing that business did employ the minimum number of specified employees, American employees, green card holders or citizens. So you give that evidence, and you can really speaking end up having an unconditional green card by the end of 2 years. The EB-5 visa has its own pluses and minuses. The biggest risk being that your money it has risk, and equity value of your investment go down over a period of time. You also have a risk that you must be able to employ a certain minimum number of people, and you do not have direct control over the business. So by any error or because of economy situations, if the employer or the project cannot hire those minimum number of people, you face a situation where entry may be denied to you. The conditions may not be waived off your visa after 21 months are over, and you may end up having no green card in your hand. For those who really speaking want to avoid all these risks and want an unconditional permanent resident visa from day one, we strongly recommend that they should look at an option of applying under the EB-5 instead of EB-5 visa. They should look at seriously applying under the Canadian Immigrant Program, which gives you an option of having an unconditional permanent resident visa from day one, and you know what the cost of acquiring that visa is, which is $120,000. So those who are looking for migrating to America, EB-5 is a good visa so long as they have the minimum required net worth, and they also are in a position to transfer minimum $500,000 to a sanctioned project, and so that's a good option. They should be aware of the risks involved, and they should likely go for past successful projects that have proved that they could get the conditions waived off and who could meet the requirement of minimum number of jobs that are required to be created. So apply in the projects that are proven projects, and you are not likely to go wrong. And those who do not wish to take these risks and do not want to face a situation where the condition is not waived, or do not want to face a situation where value of equity goes down, or they want a situation where they want to know from day one of landing, the day one of investing, that what is the cost, or they want unconditional visa, it is best they apply for Canada Immigrant Investor Program.